It was delicious.
Lisa, can I have some more?
Well, I don't know. Can you?
Lisa, may I have some more?
Only if you always use good grammar.
So you're kind of Christian. You're on the fringe of Christianity, something like that? Okay. So what would be your level? What's your standard that you need to prove that Jesus rose from the dead?
That's a good question.
Because I think I've got some, but I want to know if you've kind of determined what's the level so that when you hear it, it either meets your standard or not.
Geez, that's difficult. I could not tell you. I really don't know. Because,
Let me ask you this question. Do you believe that John F. Kennedy was assassinated?
yes.
Why?
Because we saw a video.
So somebody saw it, and somebody recorded it and gave an eyewitness testimony.
and then we saw it ourselves on the videotape.
Well, I could argue that could be doctored footage, but we've got people who saw it, because you can jerry-rig recordings, but an eyewitness account is either true or false, and we got a lot of eyewitness accounts that JFK was shot. All right. If there were 500 people who saw Jesus rise from the dead, and when those people were pressed to deny their beliefs, they said, no, I will not stop believing that because I saw it and I know it to be true, would that not rise to at least the same level of evidence, if not greater, than the assassination of JFK?
If I encountered these people, if these people are alive today to say, yes, that absolutely happened, but someone writing down that people said that they saw it is not enough for me.
Why not?
Because people can make stuff up.
That is very true. But here would be a question. Why would somebody make that up? All they would get from stating that Jesus is the Messiah in Jerusalem in the first century, all it would get them would be persecution. They didn't benefit financially. They didn't rise in social status. They lost, and they were dispersed because of it. So would that eyewitness account automatically be invalid just because somebody wrote it down?
No, I'm not saying the eyewitness account would be invalid, but whoever wrote this down, I don't know if they actually spoke to these people, or I don't know if they just were like, well, I'm going to make this story up.
Let me shrink it down. 11 disciples, they claim to have seen this, and they wrote down that they saw it, and they were martyred. Now, out of 11 men who were telling a story, if it were false, they were making it up like, hey, let's get together and we'll tell people about this Jesus, right? One of them would have said, when they were pressed and going to be killed for stating that, don't you think at least one of them would have said, okay, I'm lying, I'm wrong about this? Wouldn't you expect that?
Did anyone, and we're sure completely that these men wrote it down themselves?
Not all of them, but many of them.
We're 100% sure.
I'm sorry?
We're 100% sure that occurred.
Well, the only reason I wouldn't answer that is because you're looking for evidence. Okay, I believe that's true, but you want to know that you can trust that. All right. How do we know that, say, the Bible or the Quran or any other holy book is true? How can we know that?
I feel that whether or not the events actually happen is arbitrary in a way, because it's really about when you read this, these events happen, these people said this, it's really about it moving you to be better. That's what's important. To me, it doesn't matter if, maybe this is a little radical. It doesn't matter to me if realistically one day Jesus floated to the heavens. It doesn't matter to me that anything in the Bible actually happened. It matters to me that I read that and it moves me to love others better and to be a better person.